you say you want commitment from him. And what I'm trying to say to you is when people show you who they are, believe them. If you want to be single, then just be single. And if you want to be in a committed relationship, choose someone who's not going to cheat.
Here is today's case.
Erica says she and Zachary had their first child 10 years ago. 4 months after their bundle of joy arrived, they became husband and wife. Sadly, today Erica says that this decade-long marriage is over, and it's all because of her husband's actions throughout the years. She says not only does she suspect her husband of cheating on her, but he also frivolously spends their money and doesn't get along with her family. Erica says the chances of saving this marriage are slim to none, and says divorce court is her way out of this marriage and her way to her money.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on divorce court, we have a virtual audience and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Nara from Argentina.
Hello, Nara. Welcome to divorce court. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, today's case is Harris versus Harris.
Thank you, Juan. Erica Harris?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought your husband, Zachary Harris, to court today.
Yes, Your Honor.
The two of you have been married for 10 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you're having a lot of problems in the relationship, and you say he owes you $2,000 that he lost gambling.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll start with you, ma'am. Why don't you give me some background?
Like you said, I've been married to Zachary for 10 years. I love him, yes, but at the end of the day, he owes me money. I'm still suspecting that he's cheating, and I just want to know where can we go from here today, because I really don't want to be with him no more at this point.
So, Mr. Harris, what do you have to say about what your wife just said, that she's ready to move on from the relationship?
I mean, to be honest, I really do love my wife. We've been together for 10 years. We have 4 beautiful children together. She's really stubborn, and I feel like it takes 2 to tango, and I really feel like I'm not the only reason why this, marriage is not working out.
You're not the only problem.
I'm not the only problem.
You're not the one causing all the
But he's
problems.
the biggest problem.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, when you say he's the biggest problem, I know that the two of you married very young. You were only 18 years old.
Yes, Your Honor.
What did your family say about you getting married at 18?
Well, to be honest, Your Honor, my family doesn't like him.
So why did you get married at 18?
Because I loved him, and I had a 2-month-old son from him whenever we first got married. So that was a big thing. When he proposed, it was like, yeah, that's my husband. That's who I want to be with for the rest of my life. But after that, the cheating, the constant lying, he's a rapper, so. And that,
Why you put rapper in air quotes?
because, cheating comes with the territory for them, supposedly.
Not true.
You said your family, they don't like him. Why?
The gossiping. I've had people, because I do hair. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. And I've had clients that may not typically know me, but they know my family or of my family. And they would catch him or say that they saw him doing something, but they wouldn't specifically tell me. They would tell my family.
Why would people be telling her family those things about you?
They don't like me because I guess being from Louisiana, we have this certain stigma that's attached to Louisiana. They automatically think that I'm from New Orleans. And the reason why New Orleans has such a negative, stigma put to them, when Hurricane Katrina hit, there's a lot of bad stuff that came with it. I'm pretty sure the whole world is familiar with, the type of behavior that came with people having to relocate.
But
There's a lot
people
of
not
crime.
just gonna
Hold
put
on a
nothing
second,
on
ma'am.
you.
Ma'am, don't interrupt him.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about this. So you're saying because of the stigma
The stigma.
being attached to Louisianians,
That was the first thing.
that's an issue?
That was the first thing.
Because you know where I'm from?
You're from
Louisiana.
No, Shreveport.
Now, I want to know about this stigma. This is the first time I've heard of this.
Never heard of this?
Being that I'm born, raised, and my family's still there, so I need to be prepared for the stigma I might be facing.
Well, yeah. Well, basically, there was a lot of crime and stuff that came with.
So why would they associate you directly with what they think is things happening in Louisiana?
You have to ask them.
So they don't like anyone from Louisiana. It's just not about you, you're saying?
Don't get me wrong. I'm kind of known. I was kind of known for being a little bad, behind in the neighborhood. Or
Okay,
whatever.
so it was something
But I just
specific
felt like they never
about
gave
you.
me a chance in the beginning to
Okay.
at least prove myself to them.
They judged
It's just
you.
automatically, oh, you from Louisiana?
So you being unfaithful has nothing to do with them not liking you?
You have to ask them. I mean, I don't know.
Have you been unfaithful?
Have I been?
Have you been?
Is there an echo in this room?
Yes, I have.
Inquiring minds want to know, Judge.
I have.
Okay. But she already knows. The two of you have, it's been several times, right, sir? Over the course of the last
Yes, it
10
has.
years?
It has.
So what's happening? Or is this something that's still going on?
It was the beginning of our marriage, which really all the cheating and all the stuff was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But as we got older and we started to understand each other, everything pretty much died out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we kind of learned to work things out through talking.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stubbornness that goes on in the household.
What do you say she's doing?
She cheated first. You know what I'm saying? She cheated on me first before anything. So
When was
But-
that? When was that?
like 2 weeks prior to us getting married.
2 weeks before you got married?
Yeah.
And you still got married?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was in love with the potential of who she could be. I just saw something in her that I didn't see in the other people that was out there.
You said he overspends.
He spent over $7,000 on grills.
By me being a musical artist, that's what comes with the looks. If I was a judge, I would have on what you have on,
This cost me $50. If it was $7,000, I wouldn't be wearing it. And what's been happening during the marriage? You think she's continued to cheat?
I'm not sure. No offense, but I know women know how to cover their tracks up way better than men do. Like, we be so sloppy when we do stuff. That's why, men get caught a lot.
That's why you got caught.
Yeah, I was being
So
sloppy.
you're not sure because you say she may have covered her tracks, given her gender.
I suppose.
She can keep better secrets, according to you. Have you been unfaithful during your marriage, ma'am?
No, I have
No.
never been unfaithful.
What happened 2 weeks before the two of you got married? How'd you end up cheating?
Your Honor, it was a previous relationship, and the thing about it is, it was a woman. That's not considered cheating
It is considered. Why do you say it's not considered cheating? If it's a
because
woman?
it wasn't no sexual intercourse. It wasn't any of that.
You're making a distinction because this person was a woman that somehow that's not cheating. That's wrong.
Not, I wouldn't say that it wasn't necessarily cheating, but
You were having a physical relationship with
I
her,
was
right?
having a physical relationship.
Okay, so
with her
you were cheating.
just once. Just once.
Okay, just once, whether it's 5 times, 1 time.
And I told
a
him,
woman,
cheating.
or
he
a
didn't have to
man,
figure it
it
out.
happened. It was a long time ago. I'm just asking
Yeah.
why it happened 2 weeks before you got married. So that happens, and the two of you decide to continue to go forward in marriage.
Right.
And it sounds like it's been a rocky road the entire time.
Yes, ma'am.
Because the relationship has been marred by infidelity, admittedly, a number of times on your side, sir. And, you talk about her family not liking you. I don't think it's based on a stigma of anything they perceive about you. I think it's the actual acts of things that you've been doing. You say there are some other issues that have been happening lately. You said he overspends. That's been a big issue, not just infidelity, but the finances. And there's a particular item that he spends thousands of dollars on. Tell me about that.
Yes, Your Honor. He goes over and beyond because, like I said, he's a musical artist who loves appearance, and his grills are one of his main things that he has to have. He spent over $7,000 on grills alone.
Just one pair?
No, he's had over like 4 or 5 pair of grills. And each one, just the last one, he spent $4,000 on.
Why are these grills so important? That's a lot of money to be spending on grills.
I mean, by me being a musical artist, that's what comes with the look. I mean, like, for instance, if I was a judge, I would have on what you have on. If I was a nurse, I'd have on scrubs, So I'm an artist.
You spending $4,000 on grills. Have you put out a song?
Yes.
Do you know
How is the
song?
music doing?
How's the music doing?
Yes.
It's doing good. I have numbers. YouTube.
Have you made that much money in return on your music? Because you're all set with the uniform.
No, ma'am.
So it's more of
time.
an investment in the future.
Yes, ma'am.
How long are you going to continue to invest in this future, sir?
I believe in myself, so I think I'll
I
continue
hope enough
do
to get
that.
my $2,000 back.
So at some point, you need to see some return on this investment. And if it's not working out for you, you might need to find something else to do. Is that your only job?
No, it's not my only job.
Okay, what else do you do?
I drive forklifts for a company.
You've been working these entire 10 years?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to spend on grills when the two of you have a large family. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You talk about a uniform, this cost me $50. If it was $7,000, I wouldn't be wearing it. What's going on with the gambling? You're suing for $2,000. You said that's the main issue.
Yes, ma'am.
I do
What
not
happened?
have a gambling problem.
He's from Louisiana, so you know, in Louisiana, it's a lot of casinos.
And y'all not gonna come
to
up
these-
here and give my state a bad name today.
Now-
Y'all not gonna embarrass us today. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. What's going on with the gambling? You're suing for $2,000. You said that's the
ma'am.
main issue.
Yes, ma'am.
I do
What
not
happened?
have a gambling problem.
He's from Louisiana, so you know, in Louisiana, it's a lot of casinos. He loves to go to the.
And y'all not gonna come
to
up
these-
here and give my state a bad name today.
Now,
we
look.
not gonna embarrass, y'all not gonna embarrass us today.
Now look.
Go ahead.
They say people are a product of their environment now, so the casinos is just a thing that he cannot stay away from. And one particular time, he took money that had put aside for a bill, and he took it and went to the casino and lost it all. And then I didn't find out about it until the next morning when he got home.
How much money are you talking about?
He lost the whole $2,000 to $3,000.
Is that what you're suing for?
Yes,
You realized there was $2,000 missing from the account.
which I have submitted. Yes, ma'am.
And you earmarked that money to pay a particular bill?
Yes, ma'am.
And you gambled the money, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you do that?
In hopes of that I could get a quick return.
Do you have a problem gambling?
I wouldn't say I have a problem gambling. I mean, I like to gamble.
Here's the difference. A lot of people gamble as a pastime. They enjoy it, it's fun. But when you got bills to pay, that's the money that you don't touch. And you took it without asking her, and you're trying to get a quick return. That's how everybody loses their money gambling. There are no quick returns. You know all those buildings they have, those tall buildings they have up in Vegas? You know how they build those buildings? Counting on people like you thinking they're gonna get a quick return.
Came home looking
And
like a sad
sir,
puppy.
and you don't come across as a person who counts on quick returns. You've been 16 years in the music business,
Oh.
still waiting to make your hit record. So what happened when you found out he gambled the money away?
Like I said, I didn't find out till he came home, and well, he ended up getting the money back, but at the same time, the bill was already late. It was already due. It was stuff that we had to go back and put extra money on because you lost it.
Where did he get the money from?
I think it's the Facebook hoochies he talking to.
What are you talking about?
It's plenty of times I've caught Facebook messages in his phone. I've submitted the evidence to the court with the Facebook messages of different women. These are all females, all different females he's talking to. You see how many it is? On several occasions.
Who sent 46 photos to someone?
Mr.
Sir?
Harris,
You sent somebody 46 photos?
Nah, they sent them to me.
They sent you 46 photos. So one selfie is not enough for you. 46 photos?
I don't think I have 46 poses to do.
So you really, and all the women that you're talking to, so you've checked out of this marriage.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. It's apparent. Because I don't even think you're trying to hide it at this point.
I tried to make it work, but I mean,
Why do you think it's not working outside of your cheating and spending thousands of dollars on grills and gambling away $2,000? All of those things aside, how have you tried to make it work?
the cheating part, man, that came from her neglecting me. You know, from the neglection. Like, she wasn't there for me when I needed her to be there. You know,
Neglecting you how?
neglecting, where do I start? She left me, we got into an argument, she left me. We go to sleep, I wake up, she's gone, the kid's gone, and I'm like, okay, maybe she just had enough or she needs somewhere to go to vent. But she didn't come back, and like the next day, my mother passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And she didn't reach out to me at all.
Why did you do that, Miss Harris, when you
Because
found out his
of-
mother died?
Because of all the cheating, Your Honor. I just got tired.
You know what? Between the two of you, there's been a lot of hurt back and forth. You got married when you were 18 years old. You were a teenager, a kid. And, you know, what I've witnessed between the two of you, it saddens me because you have 4 children together. Now you're trying to figure out how to navigate this space, right? Because where do you go from here when your entire adult life has been spent only knowing one thing?
Right.
One relationship. She feels that you stopped treating her like a wife early on in the marriage.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like a husband.
So it's been a
early.
lot of back and forth hurt between the two of you, and because of your own experiences, you have a hard time hearing what the other person has to say about how they feel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, can you be faithful in this marriage going forward?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't
Yes, Your
sound
Honor, I
very
could.
convincing. Are you sure about that? So he's not sure.
You can't.
And Ms. Harris, I'm gonna tell you something. That answer and that non-answer and that non-response is what you have to remember when you leave court today. As hard as it is today, it will be even harder tomorrow because this is in court, right? He can't even give the right answer in court.
The right answer.
Yes, because the right answer, if you're gonna be a married man, is to say you can be faithful to your wife. But if you're gonna be honest and say you can't, then that's what you should tell her.
I didn't say that.
And you should act accordingly in terms of moving forward. So, Ms. Harris, I understand you say you want a divorce, and you have every right to walk away from a marriage where you feel like you've been disrespected. And sir, emotionally, you've checked out. I don't even think you're really trying to hide the things you're doing anymore because emotionally you've checked out. What you can't do is stay together just because you have 4 children, because when you have a dysfunctional relationship in front of your children, all you're doing is normalizing dysfunction to them.
Right.
So there's a lot of healing that has to take place that you have to do individually and focus on what's next for yourself and for your lives. This is one of those cases where I believe a professional talking to both of you could really help because you're gonna have to navigate this space as co-parents.
Right.
So we have a specialist, an aftercare specialist that's on standby to speak to both of you today.
Okay.
The $2,000, sir, I want you to return and pay the money back. I know you're married and the money is community property, but it's just the right thing to do because you lost it gambling and this was money for your family.
Won't he do it?
So pay the
Look
money
at
back
God.
just because it's the right thing to do. Good luck to both of you.
He doesn't have an answer for anything. Like it is what it is with him. He doesn't have no reaction or anything. It's just whatever. So it's not going to work.
The verdict was, what she came up with was, it was right, it was good. But as far as moving on in the marriage, I think we both at our peak. I don't think it's gonna work.
Right now, I don't see a possibility of us going to counseling. I would love to work it out because that is the father of my children. But he's not interested, so I can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do.
I don't think we should continue. As far as me owing the 2,000, yeah, I'll pay that back.
I'm gonna give him what he wants. He don't want to move forward, then I'll move on.